Hello. Good to see you.
Hey there, Revenants. Welcome back to Code Vein. So, a friend of mine, Megatech Body, came up with a request that he was interested in the Blazing Claw as one of his most favorite weapons here in the game. So I figured I would put together a little Quizlet here for the Blazing Claw and kind of some interesting facts about it and such to so we kind of get an idea of what this blade entails. And if you'll notice on the card, it says that it does slash and pierce. Well, the piercing attack comes out of the regular heavy attack here with the wall of flames that come out. Those are actually piercing, which is very interesting to note that they are piercing damage because here on Nicola, he has some interesting properties versus Pierce Fire. And so if we're able to continually use that attack over and over and over, we can pierce him down into stagger at least twice in the fight here. And Dancing Blaze will also help us with that Pierce Fire setup here. And we're going for all of these things to hopefully increase our actual slash damage on the weapon, while at the same time the Master Spines is kind of an anomaly here. It's fine to go for. However, you can go for some other things here, but we're trying to get as close to quick mobility as we can, but you can go for the alleviated. I just do better with the normal roll. I don't do as well with the dodge on the quick dodge for this specific weapon because you kind of need to be close. But this heavy attack for the Blazing Claw, the physical, when the blade strikes the enemy, it does a 5% increase of damage. But when the flames come, they do 70% of your listed card value in flame pierce damage, which is very, very nice that it can go over and over and over. Now you'll say, what in the world are you doing with ranged impact? Well, the charge and heavy attacks of the Blazing Claw operate just like bayonets do. So they take full advantage of ranged impact, they take advantage of overdrive, they take advantage of cognitive zeal, and adrenaline. So you're able to increase that Blazing Claw swipe, the heavy attack or the plunge attack, not from jumping off down onto enemies, but the heavy charge attack. You're able to increase that damage as you would a bayonet. However, since it's on a one-handed weapon here, it's not as crazy of a scaling value, but it definitely does increase with that regard. And we have Blood-Sucking Blades and Hunting Feast here for some good recovery on I-Core, because we're going to be hopefully hitting the enemy with that heavy attack, recovering our I-Core, and then spending one I-Core to do the heavy attack. So that's kind of why we're going for that setup there. Now you'll notice here we're at a 70 of fire, which means we're at a 40% increase in our damage on the Blazing Claw. So, and the nice thing about this is there's nothing kind of crazy or wild to go for here. Whoops. We're just kind of going for just regular damage over and over and over. And so to start the fight, we go for a couple of attacks here to get our I-Core up, and then we can go for a couple of heavy attacks there. Now the reason that attack is so nice versus big fellas is because they are very big and very large. Oops, and they can take extra damage from this attack. And you can see it doing very well there. Getting him down, and we ran out of stamina, but that's okay. Now we'll go for some dodging things. Nina, don't die. Okay, so there's a little bit more of that. Okay, and we can go for some of that. Now there's another stagger. So you can see that it's, whoops. As soon as he hits you though, it's all over. But you can see that it's very nice, to say the least, just because of that stagger ability. You can see him staggering there again. There we go. Let's head back here, and let's go ahead and heal. He's probably going to do icicles. Yep. Ouch. but you can see it's nowhere near any kind of one-shot territory stuff, but it's definitely interesting that it has this ability here. Whoops. Okay, so let's go ahead and heal. Mia, don't die. Me, don't die. Yep. Okay, gift extension. Okay, good. And we'll go for another. Oh. And you can see there that it opens you up for all kinds of damage there, just because of the inability to recover from the attack. Okay, but when he's doing things like this, we're able to do some pretty good damage overall. So we'll go for a little bit of extra damage here. Oops. Okay, and that's a perfect time to go for it. And there you can see that it staggers him down. And you can see we do pretty good damage overall. But so that's versus a big boy, the biggest of boys. Now we're going for regular Mia here because of her assistance with our iCore recovery. And if we head on down to the Boreal Brutes, at least the one to start with. Okay. And we'll start with these, and we'll go for the gunner first. And the nice thing about this setup is that if you need to, oops, you can go for slashing, regular slashing damage and such. But at the same time, you do have a second weapon type built in because of the pierce that comes out of it. And for big enemies like this, the flame trail actually hits them. On smaller fellas, it's not very useful at all. But in the ridge here, you're always coming across a lot of big enemies, and this is a great way to get really good damage out on these fellas quickly. Okay, and let's try it on him. There you go. And pretty good attacks versus regular folks. Not so incredible versus Nicola, but just the fact that you can run this type of thing while kind of dodging around and doing these different attacks when you can, it works out very, very nicely. Okay, and versus this fella. You can see the stagger there, that it has kind of built in here, and it's a really, really nice effect that comes out of it here. And we can hit him with some dancing fire blaze, and we can go for more attacks here. And because he's so big, he takes damage from that attack over and over and over. Go him with another dancing fire blaze. And some more of the attack here. There we go. And it works out very, very nicely versus the very big enemies. And it doesn't do almost really anything to big groups of enemies because you're locked into the animation. However, it definitely makes for a very good utility tool when you're one-on-oneing enemies. So if we head over here to this fella, we can go for some of these, and so now we are buffed up here as much as we can for now. And you'll see that the flame trail misses this guy because he's so small. It doesn't do very well versus him at all. But if we head up here to this guy, again, because he's a big fella, you can see that it literally and figuratively burns him down very, very quickly with 0-0 challenge. Now the real challenge comes versus the double Boreal Brutes. They're harder than Nicola, because you have to fight both of them while you're stunning one of them. You get to the other one and you have a really, really difficult time. Okay, so if we're going against these fellas, it's probably better to go for the ice version, just to have more ice resistance. But we'll go for the alleviated because we're trying to go for as high dark value as we can. Okay, and let's go ahead in. Good, he's gonna do that. Now we can maybe get a backstab. Nope. Okay. Nope. There's the backstab. Okay, good. Alright, and now we can go for this. Okay, now we're going to be in a really bad way here because that guy's going to be throwing icicles, and you can see that, you know, running this versus these two fellas is a real problem. More so than running against Nicola, because with Nicola, at least you know where he's at, and it's easy to kind of keep him in your sights. So you kind of have to play a little bit different than what you would normally do for you know, for a boss. In a sense, you can't just go for the special pierce attack and put the guy down into stagger and such. You literally have to make sure that you are dancing around with these guys and playing it kind of safe over and over with them. Otherwise, you're going to be in a really bad way. That's why it's so nice to have two different types of damage on one weapon, is just because of the fact that you need those different damage types to be able to do very well versus multiple enemies. So if we go for a couple of attacks here, whoops, okay, and while he's doing that, we can go for some attacks here, because they will break his armor. There we go. Okay. There we go. And even though Mia is dead, we are dead. So if you're going for those heavy attacks, you know, keep ranged impact going, but at the same time don't get hit ever. Concentration and overdrive stay active. But you can see that if your partner goes down, I mean, everybody aggroes you, and you are literally completely out of luck, because most of this is single target damage with very little AoE. Even though it is a very cool weapon, that is the one that is the one area where this sword lacks big time, is in AoE. And that's a real problem. So if we get rid of overdrive, and we go for some kind of heal so we can keep Mia in the fight, and it's even more imperative that we go for a bunch of these charge or drain gifts to make sure that we can have enough ichor to keep Mia up, or at least whatever our friend is. Okay. And we'll go for a backstab here. Hopefully Mia stays up over there. She's probably gonna die right here. Okay. Okay, good. Oh. See, now we can bring her back now, which is fine. Okay. Oh, and that idiot is throwing things at me because Mia died, and she's not gonna get me back. So again, you know, it's kind of one half a dozen or another of how you want to go about fighting these fellas, but this is probably one of the hardest sets of bosses here to go against, just because of the fact that the two of them are, you know, they gang up on you, or they're aggro differently, and it's kind of you know, ridiculous that any one of their attacks is a one-shot and will kill you, just because of what we have going here. Not because they actually always one-shot you, but just because of the fact of how they are set here. Now we could go for, obviously, the ice, and we could get rid of ranged, or we could get rid of like concentration and go for some ice armor, and this would be, you know, a lot different here as compared to what we were doing before, and that's kind of the weird thing about it is that you know, if you just go for elemental resistances, then it's no different than any other trash mob in the game. So let's go ahead and pick up our haze here, and let's go ahead and help Mia out since he's always in a bad way over here. And Twinkle Toes there. Okay. And we can go for some charge attacks here. There we go. Alright. And who's up here? Let's go for this guy. Now the other guy I think went for his armor, or he's going for it now. Okay. Let's go for some damage here. And you can see that the stagger potential out of this thing is very, very nice. Okay. And of course this time we haven't gotten hit, right? Famous last words. Okay. Okay. Ouch. And there we go. And we're still dead in one hit anyways. And Mia just, I don't know, whatever reason, she just won't revive us. So even though we had over 100 ice defense there, we had about 135 ice defense, still didn't matter. Because it's a one-shot because of the amount of damage that these fellas can put out. So I mean, it doesn't really matter that if you get one shot anyways, you might as well go for the thing that'll help you the most. So yeah, so it's a real problem for these two fellas here, but it is a very, very cool weapon. It is it has a very interesting, unique moveset. The fourth strike, where the katana comes down, it's a 25% damage increase. So you want to try and go for that fourth strike if at all possible, and it will definitely help you get a lot of damage out on the enemy. Okay. But the chances of you getting to that fourth attack string, okay, and is pretty limited. Okay, but that's okay. We'll keep it where we are. There we go. And let's go for an attack here. Okay. Now he's gonna be coming after me. This other fella over here. See, he's creeping. Oh, he's stuck in the wall there. How nice. Ouch. But he can definitely hit me from a distance. So let's go ahead and heal. And let's heal again. Concentration. And let's see who's going to come after me. Okay, of course. This guy will be throwing icicles to cheat. Oh, great. They're both throwing icicles now. Okay. Please just come over here. Oh, come on. And Mia won't... okay. Mia is excited over there, for sure. Let's see if we can help her out here. These guys need to stop throwing icicles. Okay. Of course. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Hey, we got a backstab. And Mia healed, so that's very good. Okay. And let's go for some attacks here. Okay, good. Okay. I think we got her. Good. No, don't die. Okay. Okay, he's gonna throw icicles, so dodge to the side. Gonna throw more. Okay, good. Let's heal. Alright. What? How did that even hit me? Okay, good. Okay, good. Mia is hitting him from a distance there. Let's go for some of this. Good, we got a backstab. And you see how long and drawn out this fight is with these guys, just because of the fact that it's so much intense ability here to go for them. Okay, so we'll go for concentration. Give him some ice damage here. Or some fire damage, excuse me. He has ice damage. Ouch. Okay. And we'll go for a pure blood. Okay. And we'll go for some fire there. Definitely get ranged impact up. Oh, come on. Okay, fire damage. Alright. Okay, finally. So that's the real boss of this build, is fighting two of these guys. But hopefully you all enjoyed that, and Orion is a pretty good blood code for sure. And we'll switch back here, I guess, to the intensified. But this is a pretty good set in general to kind of adventure with. And again, you can go for overdrive if you need to or stuff. But the Blazing Claw is a pretty amazing weapon. In the fact that, like I said, it does have multiple different abilities here that you can go for to pick up what you need versus different enemies. Now, if you go back to Nicola and you run poison against him with the Blazing Claw, this will also be very effective because it will give you the 15% damage on him. So you could go for something like Venom Mark and a poison weapon. And maybe instead of draining here, go for a debuff buildup so he gets poisoned faster and all the time. So we can go ahead and try that, and just to see kind of how that damage stacks up on him. But ranged impact is pretty cool that it pairs up, so it gives you a 105% damage increase, because the ranged impact 50% increase only applies to the projectile that comes out of the sword, and that's where the damage increase happens, not on the blade itself. So kind of interesting how that all pairs in that kind of a way. Alright, and we'll switch this from fire to poison. Okay, and yeah, we don't have these things, but that's okay. And let's go ahead and get ourselves going here. Good. Okay, and let's go. And as you see, we'll go ahead and go for poison first. There we go. And now he's taking that damage this whole time. Okay, and we can go for a couple of attacks here. And we're dead in one hit. Because again, why not? Oh. Okay, and we'll go for another attack here. And another attack here, good. And now he's stunned, so we can go for a little more attack here. Good. And now he's out of poison, so we need to go for more poison again. Let's go ahead and heal. Okay. What? I was not in range of that. Thanks, Mia. Oh, of course. The animations of this game are crazy. So anyways, the mishaps are aplenty here, but for sure, but as you see, I mean, it does come down to a lot of RNG of how, you know, if she would have picked me up earlier, or he would not have done the dash at me, or, you know, different things like this. I mean, the animations are whatever. And that is where the problem with this build comes from, is just the fact that you have those animations to worry about because of the projectile coming out of the weapon itself. But yeah, it's kind of interesting that whoops. But now that we have White Mia, everything is a much longer duration here, so we can go for a couple of different techniques here. Okay, and his roundhouse to the face punch, which is not a nice thing. Okay, and that's the the real issue here is that everything is a one-shot, and we can load up on damage here. Okay, let's back up and heal. And he's gonna go up in the air, so we'll back far away this time. For whatever reason, he decided to have a very close attack on that one that time. Oh, Mia, why? Okay. And let's go for some attacks here to get him stunned. There we go. Okay. Oops. Oh, and I'm dead too. And there goes the poison damage ticking away there. So you can see that we were going to get 30% of his health for free just because of poison, and it can make for a not a much faster kill, but a more consistent, controlled kind of kill. Hey Mia. And White Mia having double gift extension here is just a good way to go about picking up you know, just a really long gift timing here, because everything's 2 1/4 times longer, so that's very nice. Okay. Oh. And you can see the you know, just the difference in ability and difference in damage here. Okay. Now he's gonna spin around, because he has 2 different attacks, and it's pretty ridiculous that he has 2 different attacks there. Okay, and we're dead in 2 hits that time. Mia, please. Thank you. Why he's coming after me, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so let's do this so we can get him down here. Okay. And let's get him poisoned, and let's back up. Okay, see, now RNG is deciding that he's gonna go for punches this time, and other things. Ouch. Okay, let's heal, and what's he? Yeah, I just don't understand this guy. He's gonna go for the punch fest now. Okay, good. We can go for a couple of attacks here to stagger him. Whoops. Good. And there we go. So that time we got an extra 30% increase in our damage, which is really nice. And again, it shows there that 95,000 is indeed his health bar, because he took damage the entire time. Okay, and so anyways, those are kind of some different ways to play this setup here, whether you're going for bossing, whether you're going for, excuse me, regular enemies or different things like that. It definitely makes for a kind of strange, different way to go about running the Blazing Claw. But for obvious reasons, the ice area, the Ridge of Frozen Souls, is the best place for it, just because of the fire damage. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and Megatech, good luck with the Blazing Claw and running that special charge attack, or that heavy attack on it.